What is going on, everyone? We are live. That's right. Welcome to the SB Fantasy Football Podcast. I'm your host, Alan. Rapid Dave is out today with just explosive diarrhea. It's just not good. It's not good. He's not going to be here today, but it happens. But I'm here for you on this Thursday night. We're going to talk start, sit, talk a little bit about the game tonight. We got the Commanders and the Packers going on tonight. A lot of players we're going to play in that matchup. We'll get into it. Answer your question. Duncan's in the house. Duncan, how you feeling about your Packers today? Rhetorical question. How you think they're awesome and they're going to go undefeated this year? So, there we go. Packers Super Bowl. There we go. But yeah, we're gonna talk start sit. Got a lot of questions revolving around Mark Andrews the last several days about whether we're playing him, not playing him. Old School's in the house. What's up, Old School? How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing good, man. But yeah, we're just gonna get into everything and just have some fun. Whiskey, I see you over there on TikTok. What's up, brother? We are live on YouTube, X, and over on TikTok as well. Will there be pie and punch? There is no pie or punch. Sorry, Whiskey. I hate to break it to you, brother, but there will not. A lot of people are asking about Mark Andrews. Start, sit, trade, drop. What should we do with him? Um, I'm keeping Mark Andrews. We're not getting rid of Mark Andrews. He's going to be fine. He finished the year last year number 1 in touchdowns for tight ends, and that's with him not starting the year off great, right? He kind of had to get back into the groove of things, recovering from the injury last year. But once he got into his groove, he was good to go. The big question was around him or Jonnu Smith, and I'm taking Mark Andrews over Jonnu Smith. I really like Jonnu Smith when he was on that Dolphins team. Once they trade him to the the Steelers, I was kind of out on him. I don't like tight ends in that Steelers offense. It's not an offense that will typically benefit a tight end. They run the ball a lot. They use their tight ends more for blocking, and they don't catch a lot of passes. So that's why I'm leaning towards Mark Andrews versus Jonnu Smith. Mark Andrews is the focal point of that offense. Do you have a surprise Super Bowl team pick this year? And I hadn't really even thought of. I mean, obviously, I got my lines going. But over on the other side of things, Michael Lopez, what's going on? I'm not sure who I got over on the other side of it right now. Um, I think like a Denver Broncos would kind of be a team that a lot of people don't think. JCM over Walker, full PPR, have Henderson as my other starter, Sharp on the bench as well. I mean, Charbonnet might end up being the guy. He looked like he was going to be the guy this last week, and Kenneth Walker just kind of looked. I I'm kind of again, we're 1 weekend, right? But 1 weekend, I like Charbonnet more than I do Kenneth Walker. A lot of the reports that you were getting were that Charbonnet was looking better than Walker in camp, and you saw that in week 1. Um, I do like Travion Henderson. He didn't go into the game as a starter, but he came out and he played great. Um, I like Bill, but I will take Bill. Give me Bill over Walker for sure. And then I'm probably bearing Walker a little bit further down my bench. And if I'm having to play someone, if I'm not playing Bill or Henderson, I think I'm going Charbonnet over Walker right now. Again, it's been 1 week, so maybe we just put both those guys on the bench and just kind of let them fight it out and figure out who's going to be the number 1 guy after this second week, and then we have a little bit more. But I think Bill looked great. He went to the game as a number 4 running back and left as a number 1, right? So I'm definitely going to go with Bill over Walker. I do like Travion. I got the Ravens or the Bills. I mean, the Ravens and the Bills are always a sexy pick, right? But if I'm not going with a sexy pick, I'm going to go with a team that a really good defense and an offense that might not be awful, right? But yeah, give me Bill over Walker. And I like Henderson. And then we're going to keep an eye on the Walker and the Charbonnet situation and see where that goes. I hope that answers your question, Michael. Um, the other question we were getting a lot around is Ricky Purcell. and I'm nervous about Ricky this week, uh, but also nervously optimistic. Let's say that. You've got we don't know what's going on with Juwan Jennings. George Kittle's out for 4 weeks. Um, no Brock Purdy. You're getting Mac Jones. And that's where I'm nervous is Mac Jones. And this is where we find out what Kyle Shanahan's made of. And is Kyle Shanahan really a quarterback whisperer? Like, so far, every quarterback he's put back there, he's been able to get production out of. Does that trend continue with Mac Jones this week or the next 4 weeks? 3-4 weeks. We don't know how many weeks Purdy's going to be out. They didn't put him on the IR, so they have that going for him. But let's see. I got a 12-team 2 QB league. I had to pick up Mac Jones. I mean, I don't hate it, but I'm not super excited about it. The 49ers are doomed. Yeah, things are not looking good for the 49ers. Injuries are just piling up. Uh, Luckily for the 49ers, CMC's still healthy for now. We're going to keep our eyes on that situation and just kind of take that week by week, right? He did all right last week, played the full game. If you own CMC, you want to make sure, if you haven't already, Brian Robinson Jr. is going to be the number 2 back out there. Kyle Shanahan's already come out and said it. Maybe you want to get some Isaac Guerendo just in case, who stepped up last year when CMC was out and played great. But yeah, I am nervous about Purcell this week. So in a lot of matchups, I'm still playing Purcell because he's the number 1. He's the guy out there, right? But there are definitely some situations this week that I really I'm down on Purcell versus last week. You think people reacted too quickly on Fandon? 100%. 100%. Now, we did look good in the preseason. It translated to week 1, but it's 1 week. I mean, heck, I wouldn't have dropped Njoku for Fandon. Njoku is he's still Njoku. He's still a hell of a tight end. But yeah, I mean, I'm hearing some people talking about how he's going to be a top 5 tight end this year. And I mean, Fannon's had 1 game. It's a game, people. Let's relax. Let's calm down. But yeah, keep your eyes on it 100%. If you have the player that you can drop, say you had George Kittle, right? And he's on the IR and now you need a tight end. Sure, why not? I am more excited about someone like a Brenton Strange. I love Strange this year, going into this year. He's not competing with anyone else at the tight end position. Last year when Evan Ingram was out, he played great. No reason to see why he wouldn't continue to play great this week. Jar Jar is a Sith Lord, 100%. Hunter Henry, Mark Andrews, or Kyle Pitts this week. I'm going Mark Andrews. Hunter Henry is he's a boomer or bust guy. He's either going to go ball out or get you nothing. Kyle Pitts, I have trust issues with him until proven otherwise. In 1 week isn't going to change my mind. Kyle Pitts is a guy that I was all in on last year. I drafted him on every single one of my teams, and all he did was break my heart. Just ripped my heart out and stomped on it in front of me. Mark Andrews is tried and true. I'm still a big Mark Andrews fan. Last week, okay, wasn't the greatest performance, but it's 1 week. And the way they were running the ball, though, right? I mean, Derrick Henry was a man on fire. I'm having some PBR right now, whiskey. Let's see here. May, JJ, or Knicks this week? Let me look at the matchups on that. I do like Drake May. Let's see who are the Pats playing this week. Playing Miami, I definitely like that matchup. Miami looked awful this last week. Bo Nix, they are playing Indy. Indy looked great, but Miami just looks so bad. And then JJ. Let's see here. Playing Atlanta this week. I mean, after the first half, I mean, JJ didn't turn things on until the fourth quarter. I think I want to lean towards May playing the Dolphins this week. Real close. But JJ, I need to see a little bit more out of him before I start to kind of go all in on him. Bo Nix, I think that's a team that really likes to run the ball 100%. But May, it's a team that they're going to run the ball, right? But they're also going to pass the ball. I mean, you had, what did he do for us last week? 287 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, Vegas. But I really feel like May should be able to do it this week. Give me May. Pretty close, though. I think it's a pretty close call between the three of them. I want to see more out of JJ before I start taking him over other people. He had 1 good quarter. I wasn't ready to write him off after the first 3 bad quarters, and I'm not ready to say he's him after the 4th quarter. I'm ready to say, hey, let's be optimistic about the kid, but I'm gonna be cautious with him, and I'm not gonna. May is a guy that proved that he could play really good last year. Nix as well. I just really feel like I like the matchup better. Let me just say that it's one of those with a matchup. 176 yards last week, 1 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. A little bit of a rough start, but yeah. But Juwan or Njoku, man, that one's a little tough. You want to? Here's my takes on Juwan Jennings or Juwan Johnson, not Jennings, Johnson. I think he's going to catch a lot of passes. So if you're in a PPR format, you could definitely benefit from that. But it's going to be a lot of dump offs, not a lot of big plays. You're hoping the team gets to the end zone so we get some close touchdowns. Yes, full PPR. I like him in PPR. Njoku, I like Njoku. But he's now got someone there to compete against with Fannin, where Fannin played great last week. I still think Njoku's going to be that number 1 option there, but he's got some competition. If you're looking full PPR, I might lean towards Juwan Johnson just because I think he's going to catch a lot of passes. Nothing big. Maybe he'll get an end zone on there, but that's about it. Let's see here. Debo or AJ Brown? That's a tough one. I really like Debo. That team's really he's a focal point of the offense. I think AJ's poised to have a big week this week. Rebound from last week and 1 catch for 8 yards that he had. What's up, Espian? I'm going to lean towards Debo in this one. It's close, though. I like them both. I could see AJ Brown just balling out this week, but also, the thing with the Eagles is their focal point is the run game, and they sprinkle in the pass. So look for AJ Brown to definitely have a better week this week. But if I'm picking between the two of them, I'm going to go with Debo over AJ Brown. Close though. Debo's a focal point of that offense. We saw it last week. It's kind of what we thought we were going to get from him. That's where I'm going on that. Over here on YouTube, we got Old School. Who do I sit? Jonathan Taylor, ETN, DeAndre Swift, Tracy Jr. How many are you playing, Old School? Like, I need to know how many you're starting and how many we're sitting. Throw your questions in there, Espen. Who should I put in the flex? Johnston, T-Mac, or Henderson? I'm going to go with Henderson on that. Quentin Johnston hasn't completely got me all of my my love yet. He had a great week last week. He's known to pop up and have a great week and then completely disappear off the face of the earth. T-Mac, I'm worried about that Carolina offense. But Travion Henderson, again, he showed to really be a focal point of that offense. So let's go with Travion Henderson in that case. 3, I'm going to play Jonathan Taylor, Tyrone Tracy, and Travis Etienne. Now I'm going to sit Swift. Swift he's not that guy. Swift's not that guy. I like Jonathan Taylor. Travis Etienne, they traded away Bigsby. I think that's big for Travis Etienne so that he doesn't have to compete with him. Now, Basul Tootin is there that he's got to compete with. And then Tyrone Tracy, I think he has a rebound this week. A little bit rough last week. Look for him to rebound this week. I just don't like DeAndre Swift. That's all there is to it. Let's see here. We got some more over here. Shane Falco or Johnny Utah? Give me Shane Falco. Heisman winner. I mean, cross the line, came in and played great. Yeah, Shane Flacco. Uh, Terry or Coleman? Keon Coleman, Scary Terry. I think Scary Terry will have a better game this week. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go Keon Coleman. I think it's pretty close. Um, the Packers do play more of a zone, which I think helps Debo out a little bit more than it does Scary Terry. Um, it's close, but I'm gonna go with Coleman. Coleman showed to be pretty good last week. Um, late, but still pretty good. Kind of picked up where he left off. Let's see here. Sutton Hollywood, Brees at the flex. I'm gonna go Brees at the flex. I like Brees Hall this year. I think Brees Hall is going to have a really good year this year. He played great last week. Look for him to continue that. With all the trade talks, I think he wants to say either he's going to say, "Don't trade me. Look at what I can do," or "Cool, trade me. Look what I can do. Teams, come and get me." So, Rodgers, Dak, or Mahomes. Ah, man. I'll get you SB in here in a second. Give me a second here. So I got Rodgers, Dak, or Mahomes. Mahomes are playing the Eagles. Mahomes just hasn't looked great. Dak, Roger, give me Dak in that. Pretty close. I think Rodgers kind of balled out last week because he had an axe to grind with the Jets. I think he kind of comes down to a little bit reality a little bit more this week. Dak's just got a really good matchup against the Giants. Look for him to ball out this week and have a great week. I'm gonna start off with Emeka or DJ Moore or Keenan Allen. Choose one. I'm going with Emeka. I thought Emeka looked great. He's the true number 2 out there in a high-powered offense. Got 2 touchdowns. I like DJ Moore. I just think this week might be a little bit rough for the Bears against the Lions. Look for the Lions to rebound this week. Keenan Allen looked good, but the ball's McConkey, Quentin Johnston, Emeka. I thought Emeka looked really good. I'm going with Emeka. I've put him in all my lineups. I really like what we saw out of him last week. Hopefully that trend continues, but that's who I'm going to go with. Do you like Hampton or Sampson this weekend? Full PPR. I like Hampton because of the workload. He had a majority of the workload. Najee Harris barely got it. Sampson's got Jerome Ford. And then eventually Quinshon Judkins. I don't know if Judkins is how much work he'll get this week. But this weekend, give me Omari and Hampton. I think the kid started off pretty good. A little bit on the rough side, but I think he'll just get better, Michael. Hey, do I start Jayden Reed or ETN or Hollywood? Ethan, is that a PPR league? Let me know. Hey, guys, when you throw your questions in here, let me know if we're dealing with PPR, half PPR, standard, so that way I can answer your questions better. I don't like Jayden Reed. I'll just be honest with you. I don't really like him. I do really like Hollywood Brown going forward. I think Hollywood really, 9 catches last week for 99 yards. Look for that to continue, especially with Xavier Worthy out. Hollywood and Juju Schuster, I think we'll get a decent amount of work. If it's PPR, let's see here. If it's PPR, I'm going to go with Hollywood, just barely over ETN. Standard, I'll go more towards ETN, but PPR format, I want to go with Hollywood. I think he's going to have another big catch week this week. Travis Etienne really kind of got me a little bit last year. I had him as a TD or bust guy, very TD dependent. Looked great this first week. We'll see if he can continue that trend. Sampson or Bill? Give me Sampson or not Sampson. Give me Bill. I love Bill. I liked him going into the season. Was disappointed when he was the number 4 back, but then when the game time came around, it was his team. Give me him for sure. Ridley or Pittman for flex? I'm going to take Pittman. I love Pittman this year. Thought Pittman played great. I like him especially without Anthony Richardson. I just think Anthony Richardson isn't that great of a quarterback. But Danny Dimes, I think Danny Dimes is definitely a step ahead of Anthony Richardson. But I think he's going to do good on a better team with the Colts than he was with the Giants. I think he's in a lot better situation, and I think they're going to do better. Start Packers D or the Bills D? Who are the Bills playing this week? I want to almost want to just say, yeah, give me the Bills. Give me the Bills. The Packers are playing Washington, and Washington's really good. Um, I want to go with the Bills D if those are my options. I would like to think maybe there's maybe a slightly better option out there, but if those are your options, give me the Bills. Give me the Bills for sure. Appreciate the gifts, guys, over there. Let's see here. We're going to jump back on over here to over here on YouTube. Okay, next one I have Javonte Williams and David Montgomery, Travion Henderson and Stevenson PPR. Pick 2. I'm going to go Demo. I think David Montgomery is going to have a rebound week this week and play a lot better. To me, the question is then between Javonte Williams or Travion Henderson. I think Javonte might have another good game this week playing the Giants. A really good matchup. I really like what we're getting out of Travion Henderson. It's going to be close. I think David Montgomery definitely gets in the end zone this week. He's not going to get shut out 2 weeks in a row. This is a guy that scored, I think, pretty much every single game he played last year. Look for that trend to continue. TikTok, I'll be getting to you guys here in a second. Let me go David Montgomery, and I'm going to go Javonte Williams this week. Again, I think he has a big week this week, just slowly based off the fact that they're playing the Giants. I just don't think the Giants are very good. I do like Travion Henderson. It is real close. I think Stevenson's kind of fallen down on that pecking order. So give me Javonte and David Montgomery over there. All right, hold me 1 second over here, TikTok. I want to try and make sure I get to all the questions that we got over here. Let's see here. Hold on. We got a lot over here, so I got to scroll. Yeah, I got to scroll. Thoughts on Colston Loveland? I need to see more out of the kid. I thought the Bears they looked awful last week. Caleb didn't look very good. He's doing what he does. He holds the ball for too long, just makes bad choices. Cole Kmet's still there. I'm not even thinking about playing Loveland right now until they can show me something else. Trade Debo for ETN. I don't know that I would trade. I would need to know the rest of your roster, man. I really like Debo this year. 100% love Debo. Give me a second, guys. I'm just trying to. Okay, Packers D. Okay, yeah, I'd keep Debo. Unless you're stacked wide receiver wise. I would need to know who else. Trade Waddle for Jordan Mason? No. I mean, I don't know. I mean, Jordan Mason looked to be the guy out there for sure this first week. It is 1 week. They still have Aaron Jones out there, but and I know the Dolphins look bad. I don't know. That's tough. I want to say the Dolphins aren't going to be that bad all year. They can't be that bad all year, right? It can't get worse. Let's put it that way. They can't get any worse. And with all the talks with Tyreek, if Tyreek Hill does get traded, Waddle's now the number 1 guy there. If Tyreek Hill ends up getting suspended for some sort of domestic violence thing, which there's, that's going on, Waddle now becomes the number 1 guy there. And I think his stock goes up being the number 1 guy. No, I keep Debo. Let's see here. Colsa. Judy, Golden, or Pickens flex? Give me Golden was non-existent last week. Jerry Judy was all right. There's not a ton of competition out there. SPN, I'm going with Drake May over Bo Nix. Real close. I like the matchup this week for Drake May. Pickens, I think Pickens might have himself a pretty decent week this week. I'm going to lean. Who are the Browns playing? Hold on. Playing Baltimore. Baltimore's a tough matchup. Give me Pickens. It's close, but I'm going to take Pickens. Nice favorable matchup against the Giants. Look for him to do pretty good. Yes, we're starting Bill. JCM 100%. AJ Brown, Ibuka, or Sutton. That's close, man. Those are 3. Who we? Those are your options, and we're doing 1, man. I like AJ Brown on a rebound this week. I really do like Cortland Sutton, and I like Ibuka. I mean, I'd almost flip a coin. I don't want to say Ibuka's already that guy that you have to play him. I think he comes back down to reality a little bit this week. maybe he's not going to get as many touchdowns. Um, give me. I'm going to go to AJ Brown. Look for him to rebound this week and have a really big week this week. He's not going to go 1 for 8 again. He just can't. He just can't. That one's really close though. Man, that's a tough decision. I'd like to know who else you're playing. Those are who your other starting wide receiver is. Start Strange, Loveland, or Fannin. I'm going Strange. I'm a big Brenton Strange fan this year, guys. I think Brenton Strange. I mean, you saw what he did last year when Evan Ingram was out. I look for him to continue that trend. Loveland, I just got to see something more out of the Bears before I start playing him. And you got Cole Kmet there. And then Fannin, it's 1 week, and Njoku's still out there. I like Brenton Strange for sure. Flex. You're flexing one of those. I'm going Bill. Golden, Bill, QJ, Mason, K9. I'm going Bill. I like Bill. I like him a lot. And you know Washington's going to run the ball. They're going to run the ball for sure. T-Mac or McLaurin. I'm going McLaurin. Better offense. I'm so worried about that Carolina offense. They looked really bad last week. Look for McLaurin to have a good week this week. Yeah, I'm taking McLaurin over T-Mac. It's close, but I like T-Mac. Kraft or Ertz? Give me Kraft with that. I think Ertz is good. He's just getting older. And Tucker Kraft is shown to be he's been a very viable option. He improved. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Oh crap. Hold on 1 second. My thing's all messed up over here. Sorry about that, guys. Over there on TikTok. Sorry about all that. Yeah, give me Tucker Kraft, Samson or Eckler. I mean, if I have to choose, I'm gonna go Samson. Eckler, I think Bill's the guy there. He's gonna be the number 1 option. So give me Samson. Everyone over there on TikTok, thank you guys for all the gifts. Definitely appreciate it. Let's see here. Just trying to scroll through all these. Oh my god, I got to get this fixed over here. This thing is driving me crazy. Who should I bench? St. Brown, Garrett Wilson, or T. Higgins? I'm going to bench T. Higgins in that situation. Brian Thomas Jr., Breece Hall at the flex. Breece Hall, is it PPR? I mean, I don't know that it matters. I think I'm going to go Breece Hall on that one for sure. JCM or Dylan Sampson. Give me Bill. JCM. Okay, next. Okay, over here on YouTube. TikTok will be right back over there. Debo over Debo or Mike Evans. Man. Debo or Mike Evans. Look for Mike Evans to rebound. The ball goes around. I'm gonna go Mike Evans, I think. Let me look at who are the Bucks playing this week. Pick 2: Tyreek, Devontae Smith, Keenan Allen, Darnell Mooney, PPR. Tyreek's got to do better this week. Has to. And Keenan Allen. Give me Tyreek and Keenan Allen this week. Who are the Bucks playing? The Bucks are playing Houston. Give me Mike Evans. Give me Mike Evans. Let's see here. I don't like Kenneth Walker, guys. Give me David Montgomery. I think Jacques Charbonnet is kind of he's taking over that backfield for sure. For sure. I think he is. I think Garrett Wilson getting locked in by the Bills defense this week. I mean, I don't see the Bills defense locking anybody up. Let's be honest here. But I think the Jets are definitely looking to run the ball a lot. But I think Garrett Wilson will still get his. Golfer Daniels. That one's close. I think the Lions rebound this week for sure. I think the Lions are going to ball out. Look for them to make a statement against the Bears. Make a statement showing, hey, no, we're more than Ben Johnson. We're more than Aaron Glenn. Look for them to play really good this week. But I do really like Jaden Daniels. I'm gonna go Jaden Daniels, and it's close. It's real close. But yeah, give me Jaden Daniels on that one. Bill, Javonte, or Henderson. Give me Bill. Give me Bill. I like Bill this again. I think Travion Henderson will do pretty good. I think Javonte will have another good game this week. But I don't know. I really like that Commanders offense. I like what Bill did back there last week. I look for him to continue that. I don't think Javonte is going to have another multi-touchdown game this week. And then I like Travion. I do, but just give me Bill. Tyreek Pickens or Dobbins. Tyreek Pickens or Dobbins. Tyreek Pickens or Dobbins. Oh, let's see here. Let me look at something here. I need to look who the Broncos have this week. Broncos and the Colts. Dolphins are playing the Patriots. Look for Tyreek to have a good game this week. I think Tyreek should do pretty good. What was the other? It was Tyreek. Hold on. I'm just trying to. Pickens or Dobbins. Tyreek's the number one guy out there. Look for him to rebound. Dobbins. Is it PPR, Johnny Boy? Let me know if it's PPR or not. 63 yards and a touchdown last week for JK. Yes, PPR. Let's look for the Dolphins rebound this week, and let's see Tyreek do something. It's really close. I do like JK, but you got to worry about the split with RJ Harvey back there. Pickens is the number 2 guy. Yeah, it's close for me, but I'm gonna go Tyreek. He's got to do better. He's been awful. Yes, I think St. Brown is bouncing back. Flowers, Golden, Pickens, and Joku Kincaid at the flex. Give me Zay there. Golden's got to show me something. And Joku splitting time. Kincaid, I like Kincaid, but he had a good week last week, but he never just completely just balls out, you know? So yeah. Over here, I got pick 2, Jordan Love, Justin Herbert, Michael Penix, or Caleb Williams. I'm going to go with Justin Herbert and Penix. Herbert and Penix for your 2 QBs, SBN. Crafter and Joku. Give me Kraft. DK, Debo, or Javonte in the flex. Let's see here. Give me Debo. I like Debo. Myers or Reed. God, Jaden Reed that just hasn't looked good at all. Jacoby. Give me Jacoby. Default. JCM, K9, or Tracy, JCM. JCM. Start one of flex this week, half PPR. Oh, wait, just went away. Crap. Where'd it go? Hold on. Half PPR. Jordan Mason, Aaron Jones, Tillman, or Jaylen Warren. I don't want to touch that Vikings backfield. I don't know what's going on. I like Tillman, but give me Jaylen Warren. Yeah, he showed to be the guy there. Caleb Johnson hasn't quite taken over yet. Garrett Wilson versus the Bills, or T. Higgins versus the Jags. I don't think the Jags are going to be that bad this year, guys. I think the Jags are actually going to be pretty decent. He's the number. I'm always going to go with a number 1 guy over a number 2 guy. When you have the number 1 receiving option versus the number 2 receiving option, while it is T. Higgins, right? And T. Higgins will have his games. But yeah, Pitts, Ingram, or drop 1 for Fannin. I'm not dropping either one of those guys for Fannin right now. I mean, if I did, I'm not a big Pitts fan. Let me just throw that out there. He's broken my heart more times than I care to count. I'm not sold on this as his year because every year has been his year. So until he starts to show me more, it's not his year. I do like Evan Ingram, but he's dealing with an injury. Hopefully Ingram's healthy and can play. If Ingram's is healthy and can play, I like Evan Ingram. I think he's in a better situation in Denver. He's just got to kind of get the ball rolling there. So, Jaden Reed or Matthew Golden. I mean, I don't like either one of them. If we got to pick one, let me go Matthew Golden because that's the guy they drafted to be the number one there. You know, but I don't like either one. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Mayfield or Daniels? Give me Baker. I like Baker. Baker. I love Jaden Daniels too, but I love Baker. Baker's going to be a top 5 quarterback this year in fantasy. Yeah, if Ingram seems clear to play, I'm playing Ingram. SPN, pick 2, Travis Hunter, Jalen Waddle, Sampson, Charbonnet, and Hollywood. I'm going to play Hollywood. I really like Hollywood. Last week, 9 catches for 99 yards. Look for that to continue. With Xavier Worthy out, he looks to be kind of like the guy there. Your next option, I mean, I like Travis Hunter. He's going to play more on defense this week. So I don't know that I necessarily want to go with him. Sampson, I mean, I like him. I think I might go with Zach Charbonnet. I think he looked really good last week, and he looks like he might be the number 1 guy out there. Jalen Waddle, I'm just still nervous. Number 2 guy on the offense. Lies. Where are the lies at, Michael? Where are the lies? I tell no lies, sir. Give me Hollywood and give me Charbonnet. I'm looking for Charbonnet to kind of take over that backfield. He's just looked better. Coleman, Keenan, Bill, or Sampson. I'm going Bill. I like it. Pitts. Oh, don't start with me, Michael. Don't start with me. Michael. I'm going to take Bill over Ricky Purcell. Give me the starting RB over a starting wide receiver. And I'm just nervous about Purcell this week. I really am with Mac Jones. Kelsey or Warren this week. Give me Tyler Warren. I got Evans, Amon-Ra, Pickens, and Garrett Wilson, and Hollywood. That's a stacked receiver room right there. I guess nobody else was drafting wide receivers. Start 3. Marv, McConkey, Tyreek, Sutton, McLaurin. I like Sutton. I like McConkey, and give me Marv. Same question, but half PPR. I'm not changing. It's not changing. Those are the guys I like. Who I like. McLaurin or Myers? Give me McLaurin. Pick 3 between Nico Collins, Mike Evans, Abuka, and McLaurin. Okay, let's go Nico rebound this week, Mike Evans a rebound this week, and do we want to stack Evans and Abuka? No, let's get McLaurin in there this week. No, I'm not dropping Juwan Johnson for Kyle Pitts. I don't like Kyle Pitts. Why you got to do that to me, SBN? You know I don't like Kyle Pitts. You know I don't like him. He's not my friend. He is not my friend. Jonnu Smith. JCM or Montgomery. Man, that one's close. I really like Bill. I really like Montgomery. Give me Bill. That's close. But I'll go with Bill. Jones or Stafford? Stafford there. Jerry Jeudy or Matthew Golden in the flex? Jerry Jeudy. Just traded Henry and Ridley for Nico and Bucky. Thoughts? I like Bucky this year. I like Nico. Not a big. I think Ridley is just on a bad offense. Sucks getting rid of Henry, but I think Bucky will be all right. I think he did all right. I almost typed my whole roster and bench and said, "Tell me what to do, what you do." Njoku or Fannin Jr. I want to go with Njoku to rebound this week. I like Njoku. It's 1 week for the rookie. It's been 1 week. JCM Keenan or Roman to flex JCM. Give me Bill. Bill. I'm high on Bill this year, guys. High on him. Hampton, Swift, or Odunze in the flex. Give me Hampton. I don't like the Bears offense. I don't like DeAndre Swift at all. I don't like DeAndre Swift at all. Fannin or Andrews. Give me Andrews. I love Mark Andrews, guys. Led all tight ends and touchdowns last year. Look for that trend to continue. Flex Ridley or Tyrone Tracy Jr. Give me Tracy. Give me Tracy. You know he's going to get the ball. He's going to get his touches. Bill or Ridley? Bill. JCM. Bill. I'm high on Bill this year, guys. I was high on him. I dropped him in a lot of my teams. And then everyone who has Ingram was going Pitts. I'm taking Ingram over Pitts. Dallas Goedert or Tucker Kraft. Goedert looked good last week. He really did. But he's more along the lines of a blocking tight end. Doesn't get a ton of action. I think Tucker Kraft has really solidified himself as a nice receiving option there with the Packers. Give me Tucker Kraft. Would you trade Pickens and T-Law for Burrow? Yeah. Yes. I want Joe Burrow. I would give up Pickens and T-Law for Burrow in a heartbeat and not even think twice about it. Evans or Higgins? Give me Evans. Drop Purdy for Nix, Penix, or give me Penix. Start Kraft or Ingram. Keep your eyes on Ingram. Well, you can't because you got to decide now. I got to decide now, and I know Ingram's already battling an injury, so I'm going to go with Kraft in that situation. Flo Father, I'm trying to get to all the questions I can, brother. I throw your question in there again. I'll keep my eyes open for it. What's your question, Flo Father? I'm getting a lot of questions over here on TikTok, guys. I'm trying my best to get to all of them. Bowers might not start. Should I start Kraft tonight and put Bowers in the flex if he ends up playing? Yes. Because you don't know if Bowers is going to play. So, or if you have another good option. But I mean, if Kraft is who you have, yeah. And then if Bowers ends up playing, I would 100% play him in the flex. 100%. Do I start Cooper Kupp? Not until we find out what's going on. CJ or Penix? Who's Houston playing this week? Let's see here. The Texans have the Bucks. Okay. And the Falcons have the Vikings. Give me two pretty good offenses. Give me Penix. Should I start Ricky P over London or BTJ? I start BTJ. London, we're dealing with an injury, so I'm nervous about that. But I love BTJ. Should I start Herbert over Goff? The Chargers are playing. Let's see here. Hold on. I gotta see who the Chargers are playing. Right. Yeah, I'd start Herbert against the Raiders. Yeah. Bill or RJ Harvey? Bill. RJ Harvey still got to compete with J.K. Dobbins. Would you trade Adams or Sutton for ETN, and if so, who? I don't know, Dylan. I would want it. I'm not a big believer in ETN, to be honest with you. I feel a little bit better that they traded Bigsby away, but I am still nervous about him. I really like Sutton this year. Adams, I just got to see what we got. Okay, I'm done. Thanks. Hey, thank you, SPN. I appreciate it, man. If I traded anyone, it would be Adams just because I'm unsure about Adams. I think Sutton's going to have a good year this year. Kyler or Love? Love's got a tough matchup this week. The Cardinals are playing the 49ers. Give me Kyler. They always do good against the 49ers. Give me Kyler. Need some help. Got Purcell, Pollard, JCM, Pickens, and Kamara. Okay, what's your question, Jordan? What do we need to know though? How many we playing? Is it PPR? Kyler plays the Panthers. Yeah, give me Kyler Murray. They're playing the 49ers. Oh, I'm on week 3. I'm sorry, guys. I'm looking at week 3. Thank you. Yeah, I love him even more against the Panthers. I like him next week. Thoughts on the defense this week? I got Seahawks. I mean, Seahawks are always good defensively. Playing the Steelers, it's gonna be tough though. Yeah, sorry, but my schedule scrolled down to week 3 for some reason. But yeah, no, I definitely like him in that situation. Goddard or Ingram, you see what's going on with Ingram. Goddard's definitely more healthy. Austin, I'm going to go with the guy who's healthy. Would you trade CD for Neighbors and Henderson? Yes. CD for both of them? Yeah. Tucker Kraft or Juwan Johnson? Are we talking PPR? Start Pickens, Pollard, or Bill? Give me Bill. Give me Bill, Jordan. PPR. Okay. What was the question again? Sorry. There's so many questions flying through here, guys. I'm trying my best. Tucker Kraft or Juwan Johnson? Juwan Johnson is close, but I think he's going to catch a lot of he'll catch more passes than Tucker Kraft does. Golden Johnson, Deontay Thornton in the flex. We didn't see much out of Thornton last week. Not what we were kind of expecting. Give me Quentin Johnston. JCM or Swift? JCM. I traded Tyreek, Kamara, and Debo for Neighbors and Kyron. Okay. I like that. How many we starting, Haston? Just got the number 2 gifter back. Thank you, Haston. I appreciate it. What the hell is going on there? Sorry, guys. ETN or Hollywood at the flex? Is it PPR, Angel? PPR, I'm going Hollywood. Bill Pickens or Swift flex non-PPR, Bill. Ertz or Ingram? If Ingram's healthy, I'm playing Ingram. But you don't know, so go with Ertz because you don't know if Ingram's going to be healthy. Tyreek or Aaron Jones? Is it PPR? Sounds? Let me know. Trying to keep my eyes open. Sounds. Tell me if it's PPR. Yes, it is PPR. Tyreek. Jordan Mason looked to be the better back. One at the flex. Ricky Purcell, Hollywood Brown, or Tet. Give me Hollywood. Dave Montgomery or Zach Charbonnet. I mean, if you're 100% confident in Ingram playing, play Ingram. I like Ingram over Kraft. But if you're 100% confident he's going to play, then I'd play him for sure. Start Debo over Neighbors, Hill, Evans, Hollywood, or Judy. Hold on. I'd start him over Judy. I'd start him over Judy for sure. Nix or McCarthy. Give me Nix. Almost close, but give me Nix. Dave Montgomery or Zach Charbonnet. Dave Montgomery's getting in the end zone this week, guys. Give me Demo. Lions to rebound this year. Hunter Henry or Dalton Kincaid. Dalton Kincaid. Oh shoot, I gotta scroll back up. Yeah, Dalton Kincaid. Start 2, Diggs, Aaron Jones, Golden, or Ridley. God, I don't like any of your options. Bill over Keon Coleman. Diggs and Aaron Jones. I don't know. Golden has shown us nothing. Ridley's on an awful team. I want better options, but those are options we got. Sorry. Bill or K9, Bill. Give me Bill. I traded Devontae Smith for ETN. Thoughts? I mean, Devonta Smith hasn't been that. I'm not high on either one of those players this year. But I don't mind getting a starting running back for a number 2 wide receiver. Yeah. Flex Debo, Scary Terry, Jalen Reed, Hollywood Brown, or Javonte Williams. Give me Debo and Hollywood coming in second. and then Javonte Williams. Omarion Hampton or Travion Henderson. Give me Omarion Hampton. Pick 2, Javonte, Travion, JCM. Give me JCM, Javonte. Zach Ertz over Hunter Henry. I'm going to go Rodgers. Mahomes has just been really bad. Mahomes has been so bad. Mooney, Chubb, Pacheco, Moody, Golden, pick 2. Chubb and Pacheco. Hollywood or give me Hollywood. Is it PPR, McNutt? If it's PPR, go Hollywood. I think Hollywood's going to have a lot of catches this week. Terry over Jacoby. Yeah, give me Hollywood in PPR formats. Etienne, Hampton. Oh, shoot. Scroll. It went too fast. Hold on, guys. Or Jacoby in PPR this week. Hampton. Pickens, Purcell, or Chubb, pick 2. Purcell and Chuba. Tyreek or Coleman. Give me Tyreek on a rebound this week. May versus Miami this week, or Fields versus Buffalo. I'm going to go May. I know Fields had a pretty good week last week. Playing Buffalo. Look for that defense to play better this week for sure. Ertz, Kincaid, Fannin, or Strange. I'm a big Strange guy. I like Strange. Give me Strange. Terry, Keenan, or Judy. Terry. Give me Terry there. Murray, or give me Kyler over Fields. All right, guys, just a couple more minutes. I'm going to try and get to all the questions I can. If I don't get to your question, you have more questions, guys, comment on any one of our posts, especially over there on TikTok. I reply to all the comments on the TikToks. I'll throw one out after this saying, hey, guys, give me your start sit questions. Give me Johnson over Loveland. Trade Ibuka and Krosky for Terry. No, I wouldn't trade Ibuka and Bill for Terry and Chuba. I would much rather have Ibuka and Bill. I had Purdy. Should I start? I'll go T-Law over Caleb. I like T-Law more than him. Juwan Johnson over Tucker. Is it PPR? Let me ask you that. I need to know for the Kraft or Juwan. If it's PPR, I'm going to go Juwan. I think he's going to catch more passes. But yeah, Devontae or Debo. Hampton over Henderson. But yeah, guys, if I didn't get your questions, go ahead and I'll throw a post out here after this. Hey, give us all your start sit questions. I go through them all. Me and my buddy Rapid Dave, he's not here today, but we go through and we answer all those questions. As well as I will be live again on Saturday night between 10 and 11 o'clock. I go live again for all your start sit questions again just before the Sunday games. Trade McBride for Tet for Warren and Brees. Yeah, I would. I think you end up better than that. I'm not sure what we're getting out of Tet this year. I really like Brees. Coleman or Cross? Give me Bill. Bill. Start Hill, Golden, Merritt. Yeah, Merritt. Give me Bill. Bill. A lot of my answers say have been Bill. I love Bill. Give me Bill. Now watch him go out and just completely tank tonight and just make me look like an idiot. But hey, you do what you can do, right? He looked great in the preseason. He looked good week 1. I think they're going to continue to give him the ball. McLaurin or Monty, is it PPR? I don't know if that makes a difference, though. I think I'm going to go Monty. I think he gets in the end zone at least once this week. I like Monty for 1 TD this week. Yeah. Give me McLaurin over Booty. Warren or Laporta? Warren's got less competition than Laporta does. I really like Laporta. He's going to have some games for you this year where he busts out and has a great game. but you're boomer bust with Laporta. He's either going to get you 15, 20 points, or he's going to get you 3 or 4. I think Warren's going to be the safer play. And that Judy or Debo this week. Debo, I like Debo. Focal point of that offense for sure. Give me Debo. Thank you guys for all the likes and everything. I definitely appreciate it. Ertz or Strange? Give me Strange. I like Strange. Shakir over Jaden Reed. Jaden Reed just hasn't been that guy. I don't know, man. Bills or Vikings defense? Bills or Vikings? Vikings playing the Falcons and the Bills. Give me the Bills. Genty over Sampson. Keenan Allen over Diggs. Keenan stepped right in and played good last week. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching. I definitely appreciate it. Start Crosby tonight? Yes, start Bill. Start Bill. Start. Bill. Again, guys, any other start sit questions, go ahead and just leave a comment. We get to all the comments on there. Give me Bill over Henderson. I like Bill. Debo over Ricky. Judy Sampson. Or Ridley in the flex. Sampson. Everyone, let's get those dubs this week, guys. Let's get those dubs. I love Michael Pittman Jr. this week. I like Michael Pittman all year, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. I definitely appreciate it. Let's have a good game this week. Looking forward to it. Again, any other questions I didn't get to, guys, throw them in the comments. I'll answer all your questions. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'm Alan. I'll talk to you later. Deuces.